I'm going to take you down a journey that I went through. And everybody seems to have a problem, but again, nobody seems to have solutions to these problems. And by the end of the show, I hope that we can have a solution to this. And as a matter of fact, I know we can. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because, we go to Wendy and we click on these filters. So, okay, let's go and check a filter out on this little camera, right? So we're going to start here, and you guys can see this. Now, the absolute crazy part is just 3 or 4 years ago, when I was doing my shows, let me get rid of these lines here. Everything looked like this, really, on the picture. And the only place that really kind of had any amber on the picture was right here. I know you guys remember that. It's just what it was. So now, remember, we clicked on this filter. You guys can see that. And we have this. And, we have this. So I'm hoping through this short show that I can get you guys to maybe see the dark blue in the picture and see if you can see any common thread. For example, this would be a really dark blue for that picture, right? So that's the first one. Okay, cool. Now, let's go to this filter right here. Okay, now, again, we used to see in this picture, we used to see this color here. And like I said, we would see this color here typically, where it is now. It's kind of like a yellow color, I would say. And for some reason, it's got to be everywhere. So it's like that. This here used to all be blue, and now it's yellow. So it's kind of interesting, right? So you can move down through the days and watch this stuff move around, but we want to really kind of see if this picture matches, this one. Okay, so let's see if we have got, okay, we got black and white here, and wow, so there's a common thread here. And you know what? It's like there's a common thread. Imagine that. So it's pretty unbelievable that so many of us are going through that. And just let me continue, because it just gets more interesting. So now we have this and we have this. So we go back and let's put a different filter on this picture. This is on this photograph here, we have a yellow. It actually is a brimstone color. If you get my drift, it's like a brimstone color. It's a yellow gold. Now, what's really crazy about this is, as you notice, the picture, it gets all kinds of weird. It's not exposed right for sure. And you would have to wonder, then where's this stuff coming from? Because it's really everywhere. And if you move this forward, you can go all the way up and take this picture on Friday, and it's kind of the same thing. It moves all over the place. And honest to goodness, I have not figured out where this is coming from. At one time you could figure it out, but you guys know me. I watch these maps all the time. I'm a fisherman, and you cannot fish unless you know the weather. That's just the name of the game. So if you want to fish, you got to know the weather, and you got to know if this picture is going to line up with, this picture usually lines up with how many fish you catch, right? So yeah, so now we have that, right? So you come over here and you look at this picture here, and this photograph looks all good. Let's see if it has anything that's similar to the other filters. Okay. Look at this. This one has dark blue in it too. It's pretty ironic, really. I mean, isn't that ironic? So we have that. We have this. And we have that. Okay, well, let's try a different filter, an ND filter or something else to make this look good, because it looks horrible. So we're going to try this one. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Look how that changes everything. We have yellow everywhere here. I mean, just where we want it, right? If you guys have seen my other shows, go on back from 3 years ago. Because this map was a standard. It was a standard in almost every show I did. And we touched on it all the time. Because, well, we were looking out west, you know, where out west where a lot of things took place. And now it's all over this photograph. So it's fascinating to me that it would be like this. But it is. And like I said, if you move everything around, so let's just go up and take this picture, let's say Wednesday at 12 p.m. So in this picture, we have this. You know, the whole pan here is filled with this stuff. And wow, isn't that just gorgeous? Like, that's the golf, right? It's beautiful. All right. Oh, let's see up in Canada. I mean, okay, so let's see what this one is. It's right here. Oh, okay. Now, when this is exposed, let's see what it's going to look like, if it has any similarities to the other stuff. Wow. Okay, so this has some dark blue in it. Isn't that fascinating? So we have that exposure. We have this one, and this one. And might I add, in the one photograph, we had the brimstone. And this is from a really good source, right? I mean, yeah. So what are they? So here it all is. And even in this, we have a lot of dark blue. And this here is really dark blue. And it seems to be something that's consistent. All right, so moving right along, we have, this would be our next filter. Oh, wow, okay. Well, again, we can move the days around and kind of see what's going on. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, so that's beautiful. And look where it's at. That's gorgeous. I mean, you can't get better than that, right? So pretty much the whole east side has some of this going on. Okay, well, let's see what that would look like. That would be here. And see if we can find something similar to this search. Well, it sounds like numb hands, right? Wow, okay. So the most common would be, I don't know about you, but that seems, I can relate. Like I can relate to that, right? Mind blowing. So we have that. We have this. And that just shut off on me, which is probably not by chance. And we have that, and we have this, and we have this. All right. And when I tell you that I've been trying to get this little show out, because I really think this is a show that'll get shared. Not only the gospel will get out, but I really believe you guys will share this. So now we go to this one. This one's beautiful, guys. I have to show you. So now we go to this one, and isn't that gorgeous? I mean, this one doesn't have more of a yellow, but it's just got this gorgeous brown to it. I mean, what a photograph, right? So let's see if we can find a really clean spot. Okay, so right here it looks to be clean, although it's not. You ain't got to go too far down to, you see what I'm saying? Right? So there you have it. And then if you move this around, it makes sure that there ain't nobody left out. There's just not. I'm just moving through the week here. But if you look down at Texas, you know, so let's see what that does. I'm curious, right? Okay, so that would be the search. So that's right on. And then, okay, so let's see how much dark blue's in this. Oh my gosh, this one here is so overexposed. Exposure. This one here has the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, imagine that, right? So I hope you guys are understanding what I'm showing you. Now we have that, we have this, we have that, we have this, we have this one, and we have that one. Okay, so let's go back here. These filters are they're so much fun. This, which, well, I really would never, guess this, so to say. Let's go to the GFS model. And what I've noticed about this is there's a lot of pushing and pulling. For example, this would push. And then, for example, this would pull, right? And then you have this pulling, in essence, it's letting weight off. And then this pushes weight on. One of these lows right here, it is, it's already setting up. This will eventually turn blue. So what you'll have is a lot of pressure, no pressure at all, a lot of pressure, and then little pressure. Let's just go with little pressure. And it's kind of stacked up like that. Then you go with a lot of pressure, and a couple of days this moves up, and then behind it will come this one, and then this one, right? So it's kind of really weird how it does that. Yeah, and you got to imagine how much what this is doing as far as the waves. Not bad, 27 feet, no big deal. And then let me take these off of here. Oh, wow, check this out over here. So this is going to be up in, well, you guys can't see that. It's 33. Over here we got, that's 4 stories, 4.5 stories. And that's Wednesday at 9 p.m. So just, you move this around just because you're curious. And it's really fascinating. I don't know how you would transport things in some areas, And then if you come down here, it's really fascinating too, because it's really high everywhere. So I find that fascinating. So yeah, so that would be what I was telling you about pushing and pulling. You see that? So I went and said, well, what would be the outcome of this? Well, what you should know about this photograph, that is the blue and orange, and I want to see if we have any things in common. And, well, mood and emotional, yes, some are. Well, imagine that. That's kind of interesting. But, guys, this is all of it having to do with this. So then I went, because, well, I want to know more. I was reading this, and I'm like, whoa, let's go to someone that's a professional, right? So this would be the National Library of, and I'm like, okay, so let's read this. So of course, cold weather. Well, yeah, dark blue. Look at that. And then you got these 3-letter things like ADA. So attention deficit disorder, maybe. I don't know. But my point is, if you really look this up to fix this photograph, those letters mean this. So we have that going on, and I think for sure, like absolutely for sure, I could be crazy, but I think for sure that this here could be part of the problem with the picture. I'm just saying, because this stuff didn't, these pictures didn't look like this with the other camera. No, 3 years ago, this stuff didn't look like this, you know? And the Lord has a habit of showing his children what's going on. And I'm his child. And we all see these things. And I really do think that's one of the reasons that everybody's spread out, if you see what I mean. So anyhow, continuing on. So we have that. This. Let's just go to these. This one. And this one. And this one. Now, these are just slides. You know, a certain filter would probably fix that. So that's what we're looking for. A filter to fix all this. So, yeah, I was wondering what you guys think. I wanted to keep this kind of short and sweet, but definitely want to know what you guys think about this. All of you guys that have subscribed to my channel, that have been 3-year long-time subscribers, you guys know for a fact that this here has never, ever looked like this with the other camera. So food for thought. I wanted to share that with you. And we have a special friend. And her name, and this is by surprise, I could call her, but I want to see if she gets this. A lady named Diane McCall. She worked with my father. And we had the Charlie Louvin fan club at one time. And she had the Ronnie Millsap fan club. And when I was a little 4-pound baby just born, and my dad ripped me out of the hospital, she was at the house visiting, okay? And throughout all these years that went by, I haven't gotten to meet her in person, talked to her plenty of times. And, you know, I've always had Snoopy in here. You know, he's actually the one that keeps things under control right there. So if you look closely, you'll see one sitting above the subscribe flag. Well, Diane came to the house, and I was, let's see if I can get this to focus. I was 4 pounds, I think 3 ounces. And that was the Snoopy in my bassinet. And Diane and Charlie had brought that Snoopy to me, and that's the same one right there. That's him. So he's going on 35 years old. And then of course I had to find a picture where I'm a little older here. You know, so yeah, he's been a member of the family for a very long time. And she gave that to me. And the last time we spoke on the phone, we had talked about that. So Diane, I hope someone forwards this video to you. I just want to see if you get it. And another thank you is I showed you guys the CD that I had made. I had produced it. At one time, I'm going to see if I can get this to focus. This camera has a hard time. Maybe you can see that. At one time, this sold nationwide. And I opened this up. Well, I had a live stream. I opened this up, and you guys can tell me Tell me why this became a bootleg. I bet you can guess. In the comment section, tell me why my CD became a bootleg. Written, produced, everything by me. But it's a bootleg. So what I was thinking is, like for the memberships, that's kind of a YouTube thing. You know, we got the cowboy hat, it's $1.99. And then you got, I think for $4.99, your comments are my priority. I think that's cute. And then for the $9.99 one, wouldn't it be cool if I could somehow, I'm trying to figure it out, give you guys one of these at Gettysburg National Military Park. They sold for $19.99, and that is the original audiobook of Gettysburg. It's not, oh man, it's not the Morgan Freeman one. Like if you go to G-Berg today, you'll see Morgan Freeman and he'll tell you all about it. But the original audiobook wasn't what they're saying today. It's a little different. And also I'd like to say thank you to Mike Manning from the Country Music Hall of Fame, because he first brought this one out, and that's a dead replica of the album, except for it's in CD format before I changed it. So Mike, if you see this, thank you so much for all your hard work. It's much appreciated. But you guys let me know in the comments for sure what you think about what we went over tonight. And the reason I want you to let your comments in there is because for 3 years, I have watched the weather and I have watched all this stuff change. And by watching this stuff, well, I wanted to figure it out. Thank you for the live show and the super chats. Critter Me Timbers, thank you. And I'm going to mess your last name up, and I don't want to do that. Richard Koshmider, thank you. I haven't slept yet because I wanted this information out. Prayers are always welcome in the comments. I expect prayers to be in the comments. I really do. There's always someone out there that's alone. There's people out there that are very sad. They're depressed. And there's people out there that have no hope. And, you know, we have hope. Absolutely. And none of this stuff should be, oh my gosh, unexpected. Not in the day we live in. This is the end times. If you don't think it is, I would just tell you one thing. Please pick this up, take it seriously, and read it. You know what I mean? And, you know, this thing's walking around the room. It's alive. It always was alive. But I don't know if it's ever been, well, yeah, it has been. But you understand what I'm saying. So thank you for the members, Linda, Ray, P. Horsefeathers, and Ed Chase. If you see this video, which I don't know if you will, have your daddy call me. I'd really appreciate it. So prayers are always welcome in the comments, you guys. Please put your prayers down there because people thumb up the prayers and they pray for you. All the links are below, and my bells broke because I was down. My channel was down. So I'm only getting, I think, 18 or 30%, something like that, of you guys getting notifications. So please subscribe to the channel and fix the bell. You have to click it and go up and do all this fancy stuff with it. Back then, you just hit subscribe and the bell. You know, you got tired of saying, hit the subscribe. So please subscribe and hit the bell. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Now, I'm not even going to say it no more because I'd have to say, please subscribe, hit the bell again, and hit all notifications, right? It's outrageous. It's insanity. So on that note, we gather ourselves around our faith, and we are never broken. If nobody told you that they love you today, I do. And so does he. The best is yet to come, guys. And God bless you guys. And I will see you sooner than later. Thank you so much.